As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman.
I'll be a juicy woman.
As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman. What y'all singing?
Hey! What y'all think about it? Y'all like that, don't you? You know you like that. Men, don't be going around saying your woman. You know what? Go around saying your woman is a juicy woman.
You need a juicy woman.
Let her know.
You need a juicy woman in your life.
Yes, she might be 98 pounds.
Juicy, but
she got a juicy personality.
Yes.
Cause Prince said, I may be rich in personality. Okay. Hey, I'm sorry.
I'm right with you. Come on, focus. Exhale.
Okay, I'm ready. Kimbi, we're going to talk about yoga and relaxation. So, how did you get into yoga, relaxation, meditation? Why is it so important for people to take 10 minutes just to relax?
Initially, my mother introduced us to it. She used to meditate when we were younger, but me and my brother used to make fun of her because we didn't get it. So shout out Mama.
Hey, Mama.
Mama Goddess. You
Hey,
know,
Mama Goddess.
a lot of her is in me. When I was in college, because I have a background in fashion design also.
I can see that.
At FIT alumni. It was stressful, very stressful. So there I took Tai Chi and yoga, and it just kept going from there, And then I was a serious, devout practitioner of yoga, and then it just became part of my life, and that was back in the 90s.
Ooh, yes, I love it. So I went to Southern Om and did their hot yoga with a friend. She's a doctor. I have really smart friends, don't get it twisted. And she's like, hey, you want to do hot yoga? And I was like, oh, I love yoga. And, you know, I'm an indoor cyclist, so I need to stretch because we're always scrunched. And she's like, okay, it's just 60 minutes. I said, cool. I was like, well, it was like 55 minutes in. I said, we ain't taking no breaks anytime soon. So I stepped out and I was like, God, I almost saw you. And I know you don't want me to go down with some yoga. So I came back in, and when we finished, she was like, I forgot to tell you it was a 90-minute class. I ain't never sweated.
Oh, you sweat everything. In the hot yoga,
And then, you know, I didn't bring all my stuff because I didn't know what to bring. So we're in downward dog, and I'm just like slowly sliding.
And your friend was wrong for that.
Yeah, she was wrong for that. She's like, you want to go back? I said, no, until you tell me everything I need to bring and not look like a fool. No, I'm not coming back. But it was fun, and I greatly appreciated the experience. Do yoga. And they've got videos and whatnot. Do you enjoy teaching?
I do, because I was lucky enough to gain a lot of information in New York, and to be privileged to have a lot of great teachers that I came across. So it hit me. I didn't see my face too much then in the teaching aspect.
Sure.
And this is a part of our culture. If you go to the history and the roots of it. And so it just was clear as day. It was just important for me to give back. And so all the information that I gained, I'll help, you know, where I can, and it changes each time, every decade. Where, like I said, when I was younger, I was more hardcore, Ashtanga yoga, you know, I was very hot yoga. We could but then life happens, things change, and my teaching style, my focus changed. But I came up with Gumbo yoga. So Gumbo yoga, yes.
Hello.
Gumbo yoga.
this might be me being petty. Don't put food in yoga, okay? Don't do that.
Well, that's the thing, though. It is food for the soul. Food for the
I got that, but I'm thinking about some cornbread.
There was one person that came to the class like, where did I go? I was like, see? You only pay X amount for the class. You didn't get no yoga and food.
I can make some gumbo afterward.
You know what? Manager, yes.
And I make some really good
all
gumbo.
of that. We can actually have actual gumbo at the end of it.
And we're not gonna have jiffy cornbread. It's gonna be homemade from that cast iron skillet.
Shoot now. All right, you better.
Little brown at top. See, I'm back talking about food.
Okay, come back.
Gumbo
Yeah,
yoga.
Bring it there. But that's my bad. I said gumbo yoga. That was my fault. So, but the gumbo yoga, so gumbo, right? So just the ingredients, just the wholeness.
But that's our culture though. But you didn't know that.
So when you take a class, so I focus on the breath. I focus on connecting, because a lot of the classes have become, they've lost the essence of what yoga is. Right? So a lot of people don't know what yoga is about, and that it's, oh, let me bend myself in a pretzel, or you have to be this size, or, you know, and you have a lot of gymnasts or dancers, you know, especially that put up, you know, no shade or anything to them, but when they're doing all these bending themselves in this, and then you have some people trying to emulate that, it can be encouraging. But if you're not warmed up to that, if you're not trained for that, you can hurt yourself. And some people have hurt themselves. Even when people go to regular classes, if they don't have a knowledgeable instructor who's really lives it, you know, not someone that's just taking a class and like, oh, I like this, let me teach it. You need to go through some things. It's years and years and years. And when you really get a true yoga instructor, they're coming with wisdom, and they're sharing, you know, because yoga means yoke, to unite, to get closer to source, whatever name you want to call that. So it's not just about twisting and this. That's the physical aspect of it. So it's a mental aspect, it's a spiritual aspect, it's a physical aspect, it's a psychological aspect to it. So once you get all that together, because we're human beings and we're too complex to just attack one thing. So you get all of that, that's true yoga. And it doesn't matter what size, what age, what background, it brings you closer to, right? To the soul. Be still.
So, we're gonna go do some yoga. Should be alright. We're gonna do some gumbo yoga.
We gonna breathe.
Can we have some sweet tea?
Everybody gonna breathe. Grab your cornbread and some sweet tea. You gonna breathe.
Hey, Shabbat. Maybe thank you, Jesus. We'll be back. Well, just 3 seconds, and then you're gonna see us. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shoot!
So what we're going to do, we're going to breathe. All right. We need to know how to breathe, because people are going throughout life not breathing. Okay. So this might seem difficult for some people in the beginning, because we shallow breathe, and everything is held up here for a lot of us. Everything we do in life. Right. So to do this, it might feel a little uncomfortable, but we're going to breathe through that uncomfortable space, because that's where we need to go in order to transcend that. So we're just going to, it doesn't matter which hand, take one hand, place it over your chest, the other hand, place it over your belly button. So we're going to do what's known as 3-part breathing exercise. Okay? So 3-part breathing exercise, you just imagine filling yourself up like a cup from the bottom up, and then in reverse that way. And all the breath is going to be in and out of the nose, as opposed to out of the mouth, because the mouth, that's where the energy and it escapes, right? So breathing in and out of the nose, it kind of acts as an internal air conditioner, if you will, all right? And it keeps things focused, more pointed focus. So you're going to exhale, let everything out completely, right? And as you breathe in, feel your lower hand being pushed outward, And then you're going to feel that going into the upper chest, and that top hand rise up, and you're going to exhale the chest, ribs, belly. As you exhale, bring your belly button in toward your spine to really push the air out, push the air out, push the air out, push the air out, okay? So I'll talk you through it. That's what we're going to do. Exhale everything out, okay? Make sure your jaw and your teeth are parted and your eyes and your face are relaxed while you're doing this too. So let's breathe into the belly, rib cage, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Breathe in, belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Breathe into the belly, rib cage, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Gonna do one more. Breathe into the belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Exhale, exhale, feel the hands sink in. Exhale, okay? So that. How do you feel, right?
Yes.
The breath is number one. That's how you enter and exit this life.
Oh.
So.
Oh, y'all do it too, please. Okay.
Please do.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yes.
Okay.
That was good.
So that's known as three-part breathing. And so what that does is that the diaphragm, right, it fully expands it, brings it concave and convex. And what that does is you're massaging your heart every time you take a full, deep diaphragmatic breath. So think all the times when you're going through life and you're stressed and whatever, you know, you've allowed to, you know, hold your breath, anger, everything, you're not massaging your heart. So in essence, breathe, love your heart, love yourself by breathing, deep breaths, okay? So that's one basic. And anyone that ever takes Gumbo yoga class with me from a long time yoga babies, I'm an advocate of breathing, okay? I'm gangster about my breathing. Like we don't play about breathing.
Yes, I'm breathing.
So the next thing what we need to learn is our feet, okay? We're walking throughout life, not connected to our feet, okay? So everybody, we're gonna do something simple. You're going to learn your feet today. You're gonna learn today, everybody, okay? So standing with your feet, your hips distance width apart, okay? And ladies out there, when I say hips distance width apart, just put your feet together just a little bit more, because every time I say hips distance, a lot of women think, you know, everybody ain't, you know, Big Bertha in them and everything. Even Big Bertha in them, bring them in just a little bit more. And so pigeon toe your feet in just a little bit too, right? Because we want our feet to be.
Okay.
So what I want you to do now is to look forward, and you in there, or out there, you look forward. Do not look at your feet. Do not look at your feet. Do not look at your feet. Look at here.
My stomach in the way. I can't see nothing.
Don't look at your feet. So what I want you to do is have your arms alongside the body, and I want everybody right now to just lift your toes. Just lift your toes. Just your toes. Just lift your toes. Now look at you, make sure you don't look down.
Oh, no.
Now from here, feel your toes spread. So your toes are lifted and spread, okay? Because what this is doing, this is stretching, right? Wearing all those nice little red bottom high heel shoes or whatever, you know, we crunch our feet in. Look good, but in essence, not so good for our foot, right? With your toes still lifted and spread, place only the pinky toe down. Only the pinky toe. Don't look down.
I wish I could see my toes.
Place only the fourth toes down. So you're like fanning the toes down.
Why? Because you gotta control your balance now.
But these are our feet. We're with them every. Place your third toes down.
Ooh.
Can you even feel your third toes?
No.
Do you even know what that is? Then second toes, then the big toe.
That's hard.
Okay. So
Ooh.
I tell people, when you take a class with me, you're going to get in touch with everything from your eyelash to your pinky toe, literally, okay? So connect connect to you. These are our feet. If you can't even feel your pinky toe or your big toe, how are you walking throughout life? Disconnected, right? Okay. So now that we know our toes,
I can feel the third one.
Welcome to your toes, everyone out there on the Sophia D show. Now I want you to just shift to the front of your feet, shift to the back of the feet, okay? And just keep doing that. And so make the shift a little bit more smaller till you come to a nice centered point so you feel the balance, right, in your footing here, okay? Then once you have that nice centered point in the middle of your feet, feel that, imagine, if you're a visual person, that it's roots of a trees or light or a ray, whatever color, that is rooting down beyond your mat and flooring and into the earth. And then from the earth, because that's where it all is coming from, okay, we are connected to it. Feel that energy coming up into the soles of your feet, into your ankles, moving into your knees, moving into your thighs. Feel your thighs. Begin to gently hug your thigh bones. Just gently, so you're activating these muscles. Then I want you to take one hand, place it on the belly, the other hand, place it on your lower back. You're going to bring your belly button slowly in and up. Now, just suggesting bringing it in and up, and then you're tucking your tailbone slightly down. So no duck butt, as my mama would call it, right? So just tucking it slightly down, because what that's doing is aligning ourselves, right? Now keeping that activation from the feet, the legs, belly, tailbone slightly down. Release the hands down to the side. Take your shoulders, reach them up, back, and down. So ideally the shoulders should be over the ankles, right? And then from here, I want you to tuck your chin slightly back, because of a lot of us in the computer age, right? So all these stress in the back, neck area, migraines some people might have, because we're looking forward. Stay present. Stay in the now, okay? Then from here, I want you to feel that energy from your core going up the center of your rib cage, going up through the throat. Take your tongue tip, press against the roof of your mouth gently, and imagine that tongue tip pressing upward out the top of your head, and it's going past the ceiling, past the sky. Feel that lengthening, feel that lengthening. Feel the balance between the right and left side of you, up and down. Feel that. That's called mountain pose. When you truly stand, then you know where you're going. But if you don't understand, you're not knowing where you're going. Palms prayer to the heart centered, okay? So keeping an active mountain pose, let's just breathe in and raise that prayer up towards the ceiling. Do you still feel the center of your feet? Feel your feet, feel your fingers. And we're just going to bring the prayer through the center of our heart. Bend your knees slightly, and we're going to come down to a forward bend. So bend your knees as deep as you have to bring your hands down to your feet. And then we're going to come to all fours. So onto hands and knees. Okay? Then from here, spread your fingers nice and wide, okay? Now there's a little trick I'm gonna give you. So for all of that in there.
Yeah, that's my auntie.
So we're gonna talk to auntie right now. So with your fingers spread, what I want you to see is the inner elbow, right? So when you turn the inner elbows to face forward, so keep your hands glued where they are, right? So use the middle fingers as a guide point, right? To be perpendicular to the front edge. Don't move the hands, so you're just rotating your inner elbows.
Ooh.
Now, you felt what that did?
Yeah.
Right. Okay? So this will help tone that. Just the rotation of the elbows.
Feel that.
Right. So from here, now we're going to really feel, we're going to help birth out here. So tuck your toes under.
Okay.
Keep your hands glued. Don't let the hands move. And we're going to come down.
How if my feet are sweaty?
We will find out. Bring your buttocks down towards your heels, and then slowly we're going to come to that inverted V, that downward facing dog.
Okay.
So just slowly straighten your legs.
Did you just lift your body like that?
That's where birth is coming in. Come on, we're birthing now. Come on, y'all. Don't y'all be talking and procrastinating. Come on. So inner elbows forward.
Okay.
Come down toward your heels. Lift them hips up. Lift them hips up. Lift them hips up. Lift them hips up. Lift them hips up.
Kimbi.
Yes, ma'am.
My hips weigh a lot.
Ooh! There you go. Now, as she's doing this,
And I'm shaking.
and work Bertha.
But you know what? I felt that.
So,
Sorry, y'all. My feet are literally like sweaty right now. So I wasn't going to last long.
So literally doing that with the inner elbows forward, that will strengthen, but you gotta keep your fingers, right? Keep the fingers forward. And when you do that inner rotation of the elbows, that helps tone those triceps there. And then when you get into your full down dog, because you're balancing your body weight, right? Because you're using everything.
Yeah, you are.
So you're strengthening, that's supposed to strengthen the arms, to stretch the legs, to tighten the core, strengthen the back. So that's why that pose is used a lot in yoga classes, because that's the kind of like mainstay transition pose. In the beginning, it will feel hard. In the beginning, it will feel. But over time, if you do once a day, just do that once a day.
Let's do it again.
Okay, we're going to do it again.
I have lost my mind. I need a glass of wine after this.
With the cornbread.
With the cornbread.
Cheese. So spread fingers, okay? Use that middle finger to be perpendicular.
This is mosquito.
Oh gosh, creatures.
You're
Okay. Bring your hands so they're right up underneath your shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that will probably help more. Yes.
Keep the fingers glued.
Okay.
Use that as your guide point. Turn the inner elbows forward. Don't move the hand. I saw that hand. Tuck toes. Buttocks to heel. Now say it. What we're going to do?
We're going to
Breathe into your hands.
Yes.
And we're going to breathe out, then hips up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look at your feet. Look at your feet. Look at your feet. Look at your feet.
I can.
There you go.
I open my toes.
There you are. Let's see.
It's Kimbi the goddess doing yoga. Hey, we're gonna put your information so people can take some. I'm going to one of your classes, I promise.
First and third Saturdays at Bond Newman Dance Studio is where Gumbo Yoga will be held.
And I'm gonna bring a crock pot of gumbo and some cornbread.
Don't just think y'all just don't eat. Y'all gotta work for y'all food.
Right.
You gotta breathe for that gumbo.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's Kimbi. Thank you.
Hey,
I love you. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have all the information for Von Newman Dance Studio, so you can come and do some yoga. Let's stretch a little bit. Let's breathe.
As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman. As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman. As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman. As the days go and come, I'll always be a juicy woman. In a conversation I had years ago with a fellow sister queen, she told me, and I remember to this day, she said, Kimbi, you're a juicy woman. Yes. Now, I knew what it meant, but I wasn't in the place to accept what it meant and own it at the time. Please let me explain. See, the definition of a juicy woman, to be past this surface, a delicate treasure chest filled with succulent gifts given by the most highest of the high. To be simultaneously the root and the fruit ripened with a life that makes even the the sun want to find you, jealous of the luminescence behind your eyes. Admittedly, at the time, I associated more with feeling overwhelmed than juicy, more tired than ripened, blurred my own shadow so even the sparks in my silhouette wouldn't appear too big. So here's a question to you out there. How long have you been cocooning in this lifetime? Allowing yourself to be a welcome squatter to your very own heart's desires, residing in complacency because you don't want to cause no earthquakes to others' egos. So the first link to the chain that I can recall, it was in elementary. It was track practice at McCombs Park in the Bronx. It was boys versus girls relay race, and there I was, running the last leg, a full lap to go. Heart racing, girls were behind, the spirits in these legs been leaping from before time, and in every step you could have just called me a gazelle. These wings, y'all, these wings flew right past him. Him. His name was Steven. He was cute and likable, and all the girls liked him, and every girl wanted to be liked by him, and at that current time, I was the girl liked by him. That moment, I chose to retract the size of my wings. And like a sailboat refusing to hold the wind, the boys won that race. They won the race because I was too scared not to lose. So my track coach in all his 6-foot glory pulled me to the side later to let me know he knew what I did. And it's funny how I learned very early to ignore the many shapes that God shifts into in order to help you remember yourself. So where does that come from in me, you, from the lineage of our mother or our father? We, the carriers and masters at sowing seeds of woe and unknown. How many pieces of this patchwork garment cover us internally? Think about it. Whose outfit have you been really wearing? Who told you that fear goes so good with those doubts and depressions, and that they like how you've coordinated with perfection, anger, and letdowns? Can nobody rock guilt and confusions like you do, child? I want you to come here. Come a little closer. A little closer. Listen to me. From this point on, never apologize for the vastness of your wingspan. Honey, that outfit doesn't and never has looked good on you. Expand. Those sorries and pitifuls ain't working with your complexion. Expand. Let me remind you of the colors of opportunity in each one of your feathers. Expand. The last link in the story of self-sabotage has disintegrated. Expand. You be what a rainbow goes after, so soar. With your heads held high, there is nothing on the floor, cause your greatness has always screamed at you in the mirror, and trust me, I know there are days when the why me's play louder than the first string in the orchestra that is life, and that a break only seems to come in the form of another cinder block across your back. But did you not remember, even while smothered in cloaks of darkness, revolving each day in first class, looking, I told you, the sun is trying to find you. Wonders.